WSIC Radio. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody is having an amazing week. I am super excited about today's show as I will be having my very first guest on the Mental Fitness Matters show, and I cannot wait to introduce her and the organization that she works for and all the amazing things that she's doing. But before I get to that, let me just remind everybody, just in case this is your first time tuning in, I want to remind everybody what the Mental Fitness platform, what the Mental Fitness show is, okay? This show is designed to provide you with education, tips, strategies, and solutions to improve your mental performance. So on this show, we're going to talk about all matters that relate to mental performance. My goal, my passion, and my purpose is to really bridge the gap on the mental health crisis that we face in America. I want people to begin to take mental fitness just as serious as they take physical fitness. When you begin to think about taking care of your body, you also begin to think about, I need to take care of my brain as well. I need to take care of my emotional health as well. So Mental Fitness Matters is a show designed to provide you with education, tips, strategies, and solutions on how to do just that. And just to recap on my background, just in case you are just tuning in, I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm a mental fitness consultant. I'm board certified in biofeedback and neurofeedback, which are alternative ways to treat mental health disorders. And it's also an alternative way to improve your mental performance. And I'm the founder of two companies located in Mooresville, North Carolina, New Mentality and Mental Edge Fitness Solutions. And I am just passionate about mental health and mental fitness and using this platform to bring people in to talk about things related to mental wellness. Also a reminder, you can go to tracyalston.com. That's TracyAlston. You can go there anytime, especially if you're an industry expert. If you are industry expert in the field of mental health, physical health, holistic health, whatever your background is, if you feel like you have value to add as it relates to mental health and mental fitness, I would love to hear from you. So go to tracyalston.com, apply to be a guest on the show. We want to bring in other experts to talk about mental health. Okay, so go there anytime. And also if you have a topic that you want to submit. So as we go through these shows, if there's something that you're interested in, if there's a topic that you want us to talk about, go to tracyalston.com, submit a topic, and I'll be sure to try to get to that topic as well. Don't forget, if you are a podcast listener, so my very first show I said, not only if you're a podcast listener, but if you're not listening to podcasts in 2020, please make that part of your goal list to do. There are so many amazing podcasts out there. It's easy listening while you're in the car. There's so much good information. So if you're not a current podcast listener, please go down and download some podcasts. You can find the Mental Fitness Matters podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, whatever your listening platform is, you can find the Mental Fitness Matters podcast there. Please download and load and subscribe. I will be uploading these shows to that platform so that you will never miss the show. All right, y'all. Today's topic is At My Peak, in My Prime, Mental Fitness for Seniors. And I'm just excited. This is going to be a great show because I'm very passionate about the brain and sharing and learning ways to optimize your brain function by different strategies and solutions. And just a little insight on your brain before we get started. Your brain is a muscle. Just so you know, your brain is a muscle. And just like all the other muscles in your body, it can be trained and strengthened for optimal performance. And if you don't use it, you will lose it. You got to know that. It's a muscle. So if you're not training, if you're not conditioning, if you're not doing things to engage that muscle, it will atrophy or decline. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Your brain doesn't have to age faster than you are. Dr. Daniel Amen said that. Your brain does not have to age faster than you are. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but the adult brain loses an average of about 85,000 neurons a day. Thankfully, we have 100 billion neurons, but we lose on average 85,000 neurons a day. And when you think about that, the early childhood, when we're young, our brain is very, very active. It's sprouting off new neurons, making new connections every single day with every single experience. But as we age and get older, our brain has significantly less activity, right? So that means we have to do things to engage in tasks and activities that activate the parts of the brain that we're not using as frequent. So remember, if you don't lose it, we use it. So think about that for yourself. Has there ever been a time where you learned a skill, whether you learned how to play a piano, where you learned a new language, and you haven't practiced that thing in a while? And then you pick it up and you don't really get back into it as easily as you had before? That repetition and practice allowed you to pick up that skill very easily. But think about nowadays, we are in the age of technology, right? So we don't really have to use our brain all that much. If you want to know a math problem, if you want to know how much percentage something is when you want to leave a tip, all you got to do is go to your app on your phone and you pick that information out. So there's parts of our brain that's going dormant every single day because it's not active. So today's topic is really about how do we stay mentally fit and sharp as we get older, but also as we begin to not use our brains as much. And thanks to brain imaging and cutting edge technologies, that allows us to see brain function. And studies have shown that your day-to-day lifestyle and the activities that you are engaging in can either accelerate or slow down the aging process. So your lifestyle can either accelerate or slow down your aging process. I think that's amazing. And in my companies, we specialize in new mentality and mental edge fitness. We do what's called brain mapping because we want to begin to take a baseline picture of what the brain is doing in real time. How is the brain functioning? What areas are really strong, but also what areas can benefit from what's known as neurofeedback training to improve its performance. So we can take an image and a picture of the brain to see what's happening in real time. So just like you train your muscles to get stronger and more tone, there are several strategies that you can put in place to keep your brain functioning more optimally and keeping you sharp, okay? And I love diving into the research about brain health and mental fitness. And Cleveland Clinics, which is known as one of the largest and most respected hospitals in the country, does a lot of research around the brain. They talk about lifestyle having a profound impact on your brain health, and they've also identified 6 pillars that are critically important to improving your brain health. Those 6 areas are physical exercise, food and nutrition, medical health, sleep and relaxation, mental fitness, and social interaction. Which brings me to my guest on today's show. Her name is Lorie Aldridge, and she is the Director of Sales and Marketing at Trinity Oaks. And I believe that this community, we're going to talk more about, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back in and we're going to speak to Lorie because I believe that this community is on the leading edge when it comes to providing a holistic approach as they cover all of the critical components when it comes to your overall brain health and wellness for their residents. So I cannot wait to introduce you guys. We're going to take a quick break and I'm going to come back to the show and we're going to introduce Lorie Aldridge and Trinity Oaks. Hey, hey, welcome back. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and this is WSIC Radio. And we are right now about to go into At My Peak, in My Prime, Mental Fitness for Seniors. I have with me today an amazing guest. Her name is Lorie Aldridge. She is the Director of Marketing Sales for Trinity Oaks Retirement Community in Salisbury, North Carolina. I'm just excited about introducing you, Lorie, because I believe we have become friends over this last year, and I'm just so excited about all the amazing things. Number one, who you are, but also number two, what you guys are doing at Trinity Oaks Retirement Community in Salisbury. And let me just introduce this. Trinity Oaks is a premier cutting-edge retirement community that believes in a holistic wellness approach to ensure all the needs of their residents are met. Lorie has been with Trinity Oaks since the summer of 2017. And prior to that, she worked in marketing and sales at a large retirement community in Charlotte, North Carolina. Her background was in healthcare, working in physical therapy for over 20 years. And she feels that having that healthcare experience for all those years has led her to her success and her career in marketing and sales at Trinity Oaks. Lorie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much,
Welcome
Tracy.
to the show.
It's an honor to be here.
I'm just so glad to have you. Tell us a little bit about you and also a little bit about Trinity Oaks, all the good things that you guys are doing at Trinity.
Well, being Director of Marketing and Sales, I consider it to be somewhat of an easy task because of the community.
Yeah.
Trinity Oaks, the staff and the residents make everyone feel at home.
Yeah.
We're one big happy family there. So going to work every day, it's not a job, it's a mission, and that's what we all believe at Trinity Oaks.
And that is so true, and I've been so excited about the opportunity to be there with you guys. That place, when you walk in, you're exactly right. Mm-hmm. You have a sense of community, and you have a sense of that social interaction, and everybody feels like they are at home. Could you talk about some of the misconceptions of a retirement community?
Well, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people will think when you talk about going to a retirement community, they think that you're going to a nursing home.
Right.
So we want to break through that stigma. We want everyone to know that, when you age, when you become 60 or older, you're not going to a nursing home. Right. You're going to an active senior living community where all of your needs are met. A lot of times as we get older, we socially isolate ourselves.
Absolutely.
And that leads to even more problems, more health problems. So when you're living in a retirement community like ours, the world is open for you. We open so many doors for you for socialization, many ways to take care of yourself, and your family or your friends don't have to worry about you whenever you're in a community like ours.
I think that brings up a good point. And when I was doing the research from the Cleveland Clinics, which is one of those largest organizations, they do a lot on research and education. They talked about that. One of the pillars was social isolation and social interaction, staying connected. It says leading an active social life can protect against memory loss. Spending time with others, engaging in stimulating conversations, staying in touch, staying connected with family members, it's good for your brain health. And as we get older and transition through any phase of our life, we might be experiencing grief and loss, right? There's so many transitional periods that happen as we age. And so that tendency to isolate can be very, very difficult. And what I've noticed at Trinity Oaks, you guys are in a community where you always have something going on. It's like an activity. It's a party every day.
We do.
It's a party every day.
Yeah. You turn every corner at Trinity Oaks and there's something going on.
Yes.
It has to be the most lively, interactive community I've ever been in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I jokingly, but not jokingly, always say to Lorie, I want to move in. I mean, can I sign myself up to live there? Because it's really that type of place. And what things should people think about as you talk about joining a retirement community? Mm-hmm. What do you think about? What goes through your mind to say, this is an option for me?
Well, when you start to look at a retirement community, you want to visit at least 3 to 5. You try to make it the scope more narrow, so you don't want to overwhelm yourself with going to too many. Mm-hmm. So when you go into that retirement community, you want to walk in, and first impressions are everything. So when you walk into that retirement community and you get a sense or the feeling that, oh, this is really nice, I'm getting a warm feeling here. You walk down the hallways, staff's greeting you, other residents are greeting you and making you feel at home. Yeah. That's one of the most important things. And then the next thing you want to look for is the life enrichment programming. You want to make sure that your community offers you everything above and beyond, just like Trinity Oaks does. everything that maybe you have too much to do in a day. That's wonderful. What a great problem to have.
Absolutely.
That's one of the complaints our residents sometimes say, like, there's too much to do. Really, is that a complaint?
Right.
You know, that should be a compliment.
Absolutely.
You know, so having them have activities that enhance their lifestyle, you know, they're getting proper nutrition there. They're getting chef-prepared meals every day, and you've eaten there. You know what it's all about.
Yes, the food's so good.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're getting the proper nutrition, which helps their mentality as well, their brain, and they're getting life enrichment programming that helps them. You know, maybe it's the lifelong learning. You know, Donna Gross, she is our director of lifelong learning, and she's bringing in people to do lectures. They're taking trips. You know, they're going to see art galleries and museums and historic towns, and all those things just enrich your life and help you, you know, with your memory. Maybe it's bringing up memories from the past.
Right.
You know, that you had forgotten. Maybe you'd visited Charleston before and you'd just forgotten, or maybe you didn't see another place in Charleston. Well, they're going.
Absolutely.
They're doing all these things.
Absolutely.
You know? And maybe you turn another corner and they're putting together a puzzle.
Yeah.
Or they're in Bible study or a book club. You know, there are so many things
I love that.
that the residents get to enjoy.
I love that. And one of the other things, as you kind of list off the things that are available when you go to Trinity Oaks, you guys have an amazing facility for exercise and movement. And one of the other pillars when it looks at brain health is your body, get moving. When people exercise regularly, they have a lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Exercise improves blood flow and memory. It stimulates chemical changes in the brain that enhance learning, mood, and thinking. Being fit and being smart. And you guys have a great...
We do. We have yoga, two different, you know, different types of yoga, the chair yoga, the floor yoga. I'm telling you, the residents, there are things they can do I can't do. It's amazing. You know, I'll look in the fitness center, I'll walk out and see the folks in the fitness center, and I'm like, there's no way I could keep up with that person.
Yeah.
You know, so between the yoga, the Tai Chi, the water classes, the aerobics, you know, we have a great fitness program there for them to be able to take advantage of.
That's awesome, and they're thriving. When you meet the residents at Trinity Oaks, people are there. It's just vitality. It's life. It's fun. It's just an environment, an engaging community where you just want to be a part of. Lorie, as we are kind of here at this place, tell people how to reach you. Where can they find you? And I know there's an upcoming event in February that people can actually come out and learn about Trinity Oaks. Talk about that.
Absolutely. We are doing a lunch and learn in February, and a lot of people, they just don't understand the continuing care retirement community concept.
Right.
So we want people to come out and learn, what is a continuing care retirement community? You hear CCRC, but what is it?
Right.
You know, and another big issue is a lot of people say, can I afford this?
Right.
That's where I come in.
Yep.
I sit down with you and I talk to you about, you know, your finances and, you know, your retirement planning, and we look and see if you can afford something like that to enhance your life in your retirement. But this CCRC, the learning about this, it's on February the 27th, and it's from 11:30 to 1. We're going to give you lunch and go through a lot of questions that people have about CCRCs. So
That's
you can
awesome.
call us. You can call me, or you can go to trinityoaks.net. But my number is the 704-603-9202, and you can reach out to me, and we'll be happy to have you. Teach you
Awesome.
more about Trinity Oaks.
Yeah, say your number one more time, but this is radio, so we want to say it twice. What's that phone number they can reach you at?
It's 704-603-9202.
That's awesome. And when we're thinking about the brain, and when we're thinking about mental fitness, and when we're thinking about what Trinity Oaks offers, one of my companies, Mental Edge Fitness, we're partnering with them for next week. It's on January the 30th, starting at 2 o'clock.
It is.
We are doing a program, A Better Brain, A Better Body. Really talking about mental edge yoga and just yoga and brain foods and all those things that you could begin to put together to help people improve their overall performance. And so one of those pillars was food and nutrition, right?
Yes.
Eat smart, think better. You are what you eat. As you grow older, your brain is exposed to more harmful stress due to lifestyle and environmental factors that results in oxidation, which damages your brain cells. So being able to, not only that you guys offer several different solutions for your residents in the community, you offer great workshops. You know,
We do.
learning.
Yes. Our lifelong learning program offers things from, you know, planning, you know, the DNR, you know, the the life plan,
Yeah.
to make those hard decisions later on in life. We bring in lecturers from the outside, to teach you nutrition and about the body.
Yeah.
And especially you. We love it when you come in and teach us things too.
Well, I love being there. We just have been honored to be with you guys over this past year, and I just really value the community that you guys bring. What is the age? What age can you say, am I a candidate or do I qualify to go into Trinity Oaks?
60.
60.
Yeah, you have to be 60 to be able to come in. And then, like I say, we look at everything, your retirement planning with your finances. We want you to know that when you come to Trinity Oaks, it's a continuum.
Yeah.
So when you are in our community, you've made that decision for your higher level of care someday if you need it.
Yes.
So we have assisted living, we have home health, we have memory care, we have the skilled nursing and rehab. So everything is there on the campus.
That's huge. You guys have it all. You have everything that you need right there.
We do.
And as we're thinking about the brain and our overall mental health and mental fitness, at my peak, in my prime, staying mentally fit, that applies to all of us. It applies to all of us. When we start to think about our brain health and the responsibility of this muscle, it's constantly on. It's constantly on. We're always thinking. We're always engaged. We're always doing something. And when certain areas of our life begin to go dormant, whether that's from a social perspective, right? Maybe you've gone through a loss of some sort, grief, that social piece, you're not as connected to your community as you would like to be. This is a great option for people because it allows you to have this built-in community that instantly becomes family. And so when we think about what that does for your brain and for your performance, having these outlets and having these supports are essential to your overall health and wellness. And Lorie, is there anything else that you want to say before we kind of begin our wrapping down of the show? Anything that you feel like people need to know about Trinity Oaks? I really am excited about your community and where you guys are going. And it excites me that you guys are following a platform that's really well researched. You really do cover all of the areas of overall health. And I think people need to know, as you're thinking about these decisions, you want to make sure that whatever community you're sending your loved one to or that you're thinking about going to for yourself, you want to know, does this community offer something that has some research behind it? Or do they have some things in place that are moving forward to keep you sharp, right?
Absolutely. It's holistic wellness.
Yeah.
So you want to be in a community that treats you and all the aspects of your life as a whole.
Yeah.
So we're going to touch on everything from, the physical, the emotional, the social, the financial. Everything that we do at Trinity Oaks is holistic so that you can get everything that you need.
That's powerful.
You thrive when you're in a community like that.
You do. You have no choice but to. And as I said when we first started the show, if you don't use it, you lose it. So when you think about your brain, it's responding to experiences and reactions. So when you're first coming in, when we're younger, we're bombarded with different experiences and interactions and all this socialization, right? So when we're younger, it's easy for the brain to start to make these connections. But as we get older, that gets more and more challenging, and we have to begin to set up things and put things in place that kind of force us to do that, force us to get active, force us to begin to remember and to use that muscle. And so some takeaways that I want you guys to have for today's show, At My Peak, in My Prime, Mental Fitness for Seniors, some quick tips that you can really begin to do today to start to enhance your mental performance. If you just try to remember a phone number that you haven't had to remember in a while, right? Instead of picking up your cell phone and kind of going right to that number, start to work on your memory skills and see if you can recall that on your own. Get social. Join a community. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded and doing things that you want to do. And that is today's show. Lorie, I am just so excited, so thankful that you're here. One more time, how can people find you?
TrinityOaks.net.
Yep.
We are located on 728 Clumac Road in Salisbury. So give us a call.
Awesome, guys. You have been listening to the Mental Fitness Matters Show. I am your host, Tracy Alston. This is WSIC Radio. Make sure you guys tune in next week. You can find us weekly. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us today on Mental Fitness Matters. Tune in every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. for more tips, tools, strategies, and solutions that will help you reach your peak mental fitness. My name is Tracy Alston, and you've been listening to Mental Fitness Matters.
News Talk for Southern Iredell. This